So it's my 18th birthday on July 29th, and every mail has been counting down to it and literally telling me to drop the link the second I turn 18. Girlies, what do you think? Should I do it?
Mommy, stop! I was filming! Lil Tay be popping.
Y'all saying, Lil Tay, why'd you drop the link for your 18th birthday? You don't need to ask questions. Can I ask you a question? Why your mama make you so ugly?
So this is Lil Tay, who made an OnlyFans the second she turned 18. And within 3 hours, she made $1 million. Yeah, let that sink in. $1 million. Off a platform built on simps, screenshots, and zero accountability. OnlyFans isn't even a platform anymore, it's a rite of passage. And what followed? Just the kind of mess you can spot from 10 scrolls away. Now, the reason she made one? Pretty much what you'd expect from a broke teenager raised on Sophie Rain clips and influencer brain rot. In this video, she straight up says the whole reason she's dropping the OnlyFans link is because she's broke.
Okay, y'all wanna know the real reason that I'm dropping the link on my 18th birthday? I'm broke as shit. This is the same fit that, this is the only fit. This is the only fit that I own. It's literally the same fit that I was wearing on Rockelle's stream. That was months ago. That's why I haven't been posting content. I'm literally broke. Just let a girl get her bag.
Coming onto TikTok and proudly saying every guy's been asking when the link drops might be the most diabolical thing I've heard this whole year. Like, why are grown men asking a barely legal for her OnlyFans link? And more importantly, where are this girl's parents while she's out here entertaining that kind of attention?
So it's my 18th birthday on July 29th, and every mail has been counting down to it and literally telling me to drop the link the second I turn 18. Girlies, what do you think? Should I do it?
Yeah, girl. The CIA is definitely out here risking national security just to get you into the Bob house. Whole department gonna get indicted for that one. And while we're at it, is Drake running this undercover operation, or are we just naming random acronyms for clout? So apparently her Chinese family said they disown her if she dropped the OnlyFans link, and now she's out here painting herself as the victim. But honestly, I agree with them. That's not cruelty, that's protection. They're not trying to shame her, they're trying to stop her from handing herself over to a platform that chews girls up for clicks and cash. Bro really built a multiverse of madness, asking everyone from Sophie Rain to Tate to Rockelle to even Ben Shapiro if she should drop the link. And let's be clear, this isn't some innocent marketing tactic. She's openly talking about herself like it's a content strategy. Casually, publicly, like it's normal. This isn't empowerment, it's a warning sign. And the fact that it's playing out on everyone's For You page makes it feel like this kind of content isn't just allowed, it's encouraged. This needs to be banned.
Y'all already know what the going on. Lil Tay's dropping the youngest link of the century. Mark your calendars tomorrow, 3 p.m. EST. And nobody, including my family, including the grown haters, is gonna stop me. You know why? Lil Tay rich and finna get richer.
But she didn't stop there. She went on to brand herself as the youngest link dropper. Like she just made history or cure cancer. And the scariest part, there are actual creeps out there gassing her up, hyping her like she's some kind of icon. These aren't progressives. They're in disguise. People cheering her on, giving her traction, calling it empowerment. Those people aren't just part of the problem, they are the problem. They're the reason this pipeline exists, and they're just as responsible, if not worse. And then there's the final video, the one where she proudly says she just broke the youngest link drop record of the century and made over $1 million. Smiling, celebrating, like this is something to be proud of. But let's be real, this isn't success, it's dressed up in confetti. This isn't good money, it's disturbing. It's the kind of money that only exists because thousands of people were waiting for the clock to strike midnight on her 18th birthday. That's not just uncomfortable, it's the fact that this kind of content is seen as a milestone instead of a massive red flag says everything about the broken culture we're living in. Now, y'all know what time it is, and well, this time covering the internet has been really heavy on me as well because this is truly disgusting on all counts. Grown men waited for this to turn, because that's not just disgusting, it's premeditated. The kind of behavior that proves she was never really seen as a person, just a countdown. The content was pre-recorded. meaning it's child.
Yep, she said she was 14 last year. At most, she's 16 now. Aight, are you 16 this year, or were you lying in this comment?
No words for this one.
Lil Tay looks like a toddler. All y'all that consume content and support ban only.
This wave of young girls turning to OnlyFans the moment they hit 18 isn't just another internet trend. It's a symptom of collapse. When the default dream for girls online becomes monetizing themselves the second it's legal, you're not looking at empowerment, you're looking at desperation sold as ambition. And it doesn't stop with them, because every teen girl watching this unfold is being taught the same lesson. Your value begins the moment men are allowed to pay to see you. This ain't liberation. It's a carefully disguised pipeline built by platforms, fed by and normalized by influencers who already cashed out. And once you're in, there's no turning back. What's even worse is the silence. The brands stay quiet, the algorithms push it, and the people calling it out get labeled as anti-woman when in reality they are the only ones trying to protect them. We're watching a generation of girls get handed the illusion of control while the people cheering them on are the same ones profiting off their downfall. This isn't just bad for them, it's shaping what every younger girl thinks her future is supposed to look like. And if we don't call that out for what it is, we're complicit in letting the collapse keep happening. And it's the same cycle. They watch, get inspired, and jump into the mess, cause why not? Only the bag matters in this age. Now you know what's even worse? A parent pushing you into this.
This is 17-year-old Piper Rockelle, a teenager who should be living a normal life, but instead she's being and exploited by not just her own parents, but even by OnlyFans creators like Sophie Rain. Because in their world, profit comes first. And if that means putting a in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons, so be it.
Oh, dude, you're drinking cum powder? Oh! Ew! Dude! What the
Alright, here it is. Piper Rockelle's parents aren't just failing her, they're straight up exploiting her. Instead of, being responsible parents and shielding their kid from being overexposed, and they're actively managing her accounts and pushing her deeper into it, basically turning what can only be described as softcore into a family business. Disgusting. Like, for real though, how could a parent do this to her daughter? Lord, is this really the same earth? What's happening? I'm shaking for real. If this is how the modern day parents are gonna be, I'm skipping producing. And if that wasn't enough proof, her mother just settled a $1 million lawsuit with other creators, which if anything only confirms what everyone already suspected. Because when there's that much money involved, it's never just about content. It's about control, profit, and the absolute lack of boundaries. And of course, it gets worse. Because the second the words is mentioned, Sophie Rain spawns in like it's a loot job, hearing nothing but cha-ching. So what's her brilliant idea? Using Piper Rockelle to market her OnlyFans. That's right, she brings Piper into the bop house, makes content with her, and somehow thinks this is all perfectly normal. Like, hello? Are you okay? At this point, how much lower can you possibly go just to push an OnlyFans brand? I get it, you always need something to keep your business running, but exploiting a literal or engagement is a level of shamelessness that shouldn't even be possible or legal for that matter.
Yeah, I love them bad bitches. Why? Cause I'm a bad bitch too.
Now, for anyone still wondering who Piper Rockelle actually is, well, according to her bio, she's an actor, dancer, model, and whatever else they were trying to sell. She's built a massive following, mostly among younger users, which makes what's happening even worse. So here's what went down. Sophie made a few TikToks with Piper, and of course the bottom feeders who spend all day watching her trash content couldn't help themselves. They flooded the comments with this:
Where's Piper?
Piper, is she in the Bop House? When will Piper be in? Yes, when will Piper be in? Bring Piper in! Oh, I want to see Piper in Bop House. And it goes on. Knowing that she's just years old and the Bop House is literally an OnlyFans factory. Yet some of y'all are out here treating it like it's just another TikTok content house? Be so for real. For God's sake, stop it. What do you even eat? Are y'all actually built this way, or is there some unknown substance fueling this level of delusion? I swear, I'd rather stare at a blank wall all day than watch these degenerate OnlyFans models. Now, as we suspected, Sophie being Goofy made collective TikTok on the Bop House account, where all the creators were literally asking their followers if they should add Piper, just to confirm once more. How is this even legal, dog? A bunch of grown adults actively discussing whether or not to bring a minor into an environment built for explicit content. At this point, it's not just weird, it's blatant.
Piper, look at this comment.
Is Piper joining the Bop House? Oh my god, I mean, like, people want me to, like, no, girl, I mean, like, come on.
You're not even 18 yet, girl.
Literally, like, how many months? 6 months.
Piper, no.
But of course, most of these are now deleted. Shocker. Because when you're actively making questionable decisions in broad daylight, the next best move is to wipe the evidence and pretend it never happened. And when people started dropping some actual wisdom under her TikToks with Sophie, let's just say, she didn't take it well.
Hi guys, I've had an absolute poopy day. So poopy, like genuine. There's like, I guess this is like the realness of my life. There's days, you know, obviously I'm in the public eye and I get hate and stuff like that, and I know I'm prepared for it, but there's some stuff that I can't handle. You can say whatever you want to me, like I don't care, but it's like when it comes to another person that I love, it like hurts me like really terribly, like more than it should. So I figure we could just kind of get ready and you guys could like just help me, because I've always wanted, since day one, I've wanted to make people like, I wanted to entertain people, make people happy. But with all that being said, you know, I know that we can both relate some ways.
Hey pussycat, listen up. You're a and you're being exploited. Nobody's mad at you. We're mad at the people around you. And for the matter of fact, you are grown enough to pick what's right and what's wrong. Right now, it probably feels like sunshine and rainbows. Everything seems sweet and fun. But trust me, when you get a little older, and it won't be very far away, you're gonna regret this. Wake up, do better.
There's really nothing a shower can't fix, so let's...
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Wash it all off your chest, but that's not gonna wash away the history. Now, there was a lot of backlash over how Piper was dressed in all the TikToks she made at the Bop House, and rightfully so. Look, anyone can wear whatever they want. That's not the issue. But when you take a 7-year-old, throw her into an environment filled with OF creators, and have her doing the same suggestive dances and revealing outfits? Yeah, that sends the wrong message.
Yeah, I love them bad bitches. Why? Cause I'm a bad bitch too. Come a nigga. Jump like jumping jacks and put it in rotation like.
If y'all remember Bad Baby, she made an OF immediately after turning 18 and made over $1 million in the first few hours. The problem? It wasn't just fans throwing money at her, it was predators, grown men who had been waiting for the moment she became legal. And now it's the same cycle all over again. These barely legal teens are being into this industry, blinded by the millions being waved in their faces. Where's the regulation to stop this predatory behavior? Because at this point, it's not just happening, it's being encouraged. Now, this is where it gets even weirder. Piper doesn't just hang around Sophie Rain, she idolizes her, like to an embarrassing degree. Case in point, here's a TikTok of her literally jumping into a pool just to prove how obsessed she is with Sophie Rain. Congratulations, you got wet for an OnlyFans creator. What exactly are we celebrating here?
Lights down low, so we getting naughty.
And that's the real problem. Sophie Rain is not a role model. At best, she's a walking marketing campaign for online simps, and at worst, she's actively normalizing the exploitation of young girls in this industry. Why is a 17-year-old looking up to someone whose entire business revolves around monetizing thirst? Piper isn't just embarrassing herself, she's setting herself up for the exact same pipeline.
Piper, this is huge. Okay, deep breath, you've totally got this. Just be yourself, like the amazing, thoughtful, funny person you already are. Ask them a couple of those meaningful questions we talked about, and don't be afraid to let them know how much they've inspired you. It'll feel genuine.
Like, what if we, like, don't vibe together? Like, what if I'm, like, just making an awkward silence? Like, what do I do? Like, what kind of questions do I ask?
Okay, so here's the thing. Sometimes people don't vibe, and that's okay. But if things get quiet, you can always ask open-ended questions like, what inspires you the most right now? Or, what's something you're really excited about working on? It keeps the focus on them and shows you're interested.
Like, after we hang out all day, like, is it weird if I asked her to, like, go to dinner or, like, hang out again?
Not weird at all, honestly. If you two are vibing and the day's been great, suggesting dinner or hanging out again just shows you're enjoying their company. Like, who wouldn't want to spend more time with someone?
Here's another TikTok of Sophie and Piper absolutely annihilating the good name of dance. But whatever, let's ignore that for now. If they had real talent, they wouldn't have to do this in the first place. That's not even the point. The real problem, Piper's caption, calling Sophie her big sis. And honestly, I don't even know how many degrees of wrong this is. Because let's be real, no actual sister would exploit her younger sister the way Sophie did. That's not sisterly love, that's... Sophie isn't looking out for Piper, she's using her. And the fact that Piper genuinely believes this dynamic is normal, that's what's actually scary.
You and all your friends, photos, pose, and then go.
Now, what's really chilling? The realization that Piper didn't just show up at the Bop House for the vibes. Nope, she has an entire website where she's selling over 16,000 exclusive photos. And if you actually look at the interface of this site, it's basically OnlyFans light. Like, I don't even want to think about the implication, but what I do want to know is, what is actually wrong with her parents? Random grown men are paying $100 a month for pictures of their daughter, and instead of shutting it down, they're managing the account for her? This isn't just bad parenting, this is outright exploitation. Where are child protective services? Because at this point, this shouldn't even be a debate, it should be an investigation. Not only does Piper's site exist, but there are actual tiers. Yep, different levels of access depending on how much you're willing to pay. And if you're a premium predator, you can even choose an outfit for her to wear. Ew, I almost threw up saying that shit, oh my god. This clip pretty much sums it up perfectly.
Piper Rockelle's mother needs to be in prison. I hate that I'm like even bringing attention to this. I feel gross, but I haven't seen people talking about this. So like I was saying in my last video, how I found this page in the bottom of like her bio. Again, it says it's parent managed and there's different tiers to this page. Like one is like more expensive than the other, but there's a free one. And all you do is you put in your email and then you have an account. And then this is just the free tier, mind you, okay? Baby Blues mini set, 8 images, private TikTok. This is like her and her friend in like a Playboy bunny themed room. But don't worry, just in case you wanted another version of this set for $250 in the Japanese style baby blue striped bikinis with matching knee-high private TikTok available. What? We have a Valentine's Day set for $150 of 90 images and 4 private looks. And keep in mind, like I said, on this page and her links, there are tiers and there are different prices that you can pay for different things. That was the free thing. That was free. What the
At this point, there's no sugarcoating it. This isn't just content or some innocent subscription service. It's a full-blown pipeline into something way darker. And the fact that her own parents are running this, that's what makes it even more disturbing. This isn't just neglect, this is active participation. Piper Rockelle's parents ain't just bad, they're straight up exploiting her for profit. And her mom, Tiffany Smith, she didn't just fail as a parent, she ran Piper's career like a shady business operation. She got hit with a lawsuit from 11 former teenage members of the Piper Squad who accused her of creating a toxic, borderline abusive environment behind the scenes. The allegations? Making gross, inappropriate comments, sneaking hint brownies to moms without them knowing, and straight up sabotaging their YouTube channels if they try to break free from her control. And what happened? She settled for $1.85 million. didn't admit to anything, just threw money at the problem and moved on.
The mother of YouTube star Piper Rockelle, who has over 10 million subscribers despite being only 15 years old, is facing multiple awful allegations that she physically and emotionally abused children, including touching them and doing all kinds of other nasty things. So apparently there was a thing called the Piper Squad, which is, I guess, a group of people, a sort of entourage that would surround Piper, and they filed a complaint in January of 2022. This has been filed and now this is actually going to trial, alleging that Tiffany Smith, who's 41, would do all kinds of awful things, like trying to encourage them to perform sex acts, trying to make them wear revealing clothing, doing all kinds of things that I probably can't say in this video. According to them, subjecting them to, quote, harassment, molestation, and abuse. One example that has sort of been cited by people observing this case is a video that was posted 2 years ago, which has 8 teens in it, and it's called The Last to Stop Kissing Game, and you would win $10,000 if you won. That video currently has 10 million views, so it seems that, you know, this kind of culture of creepiness and abuse sort of bled into the YouTube content as well. All in all, very nasty. I believe the trial, the actual proceedings are set now to happen at the end of the year. They were going to happen around now, but they've been delayed, so we'll see how that shakes out.
In an unexpected turn of events though, Joy, one of the OF creators from the Bop House, actually chose to grow a spine and walk away. Yep, she dipped, officially leaving the Bop House because even she couldn't stomach how disgusting it was to use a for promotion. And when someone who actively benefits from the OF scene decides this is too far, you know that's bad. It's almost funny. The Bop House was out here acting like this was just another collab. Meanwhile, even their own members saw through the BS and started jumping ship.
It is about Piper, because one thing about me is that I'm never gonna do anything associated with, like, it is ridiculous that the Bop House would even do that when there's so many other people you can collab with that is over age, because we all know what you guys do. So I just think it's ridiculous and I cannot tolerate that.
And then there's Camilla, chopping it up with Sophie on her podcast, casually discussing who's going to be the next Bop House member. And guess what? They bring up Piper. Camilla literally says Piper is so cute and adorable, but she can't come to the Bop House yet. Yet? Bro, what do you mean, yet? Are y'all out here pre-ordering influencers now? I mean, how do you even say that with a straight face when you literally exploited your own brother spamming those cringe, is it pink TikToks? Go wash your face before you show it again.
So, who are you thinking is going to be the next member?
I've been seeing a lot of comments talking about Piper.
Ah, Piper. She's so cute. Isn't she like 17?
Yeah. So,
I mean, I think she's so cute. Like, I've seen her TikTok. She's adorable. Like, nope, you know, nothing wrong with her. But I think just, you can't come here if you're under the age of 18. Like, that's, you know, it's not gonna work.
We love you.
Yeah, we do love you. I think you're the cutest little thing ever. Your little dances. I see you, girl.
Yes, we all see you and we love you and we appreciate it. And you're so funny. And I want to meet you.
Yeah, just, you know, now's not the right time, and, you know, maybe trying something more appropriate for your age. A Disney Channel audition. I don't know. Hype House. Maybe some Fortnite streaming. I don't know, but we love you and we see you. Okay, much love.
Now let's take a look at what the internet had to say about this entire mess, because spoiler alert, people are not having it. Thinking back to myself when I was 17 and being in my 30s now, watching this makes my stomach turn knowing the kind of people that are seeking out this content. This comment highlights the core issue. It's not just about Piper being put in this situation, it's about who this content is attracting. The fact that an adult can look back and recognize how disturbing it is says everything. Her parents allow it because they profit from it, which is so much worse. They're exploiting their daughter. They manage her. My parents would have buried me in the basement and reported me missing if I told them I wanted to make this kind of content at any age. Parents who care don't exploit their children for money. This comment perfectly sums up the problem at hand. It's not just that Piper is being overexposed, it's that her own parents are running the entire operation. The last line says it all. Parents who actually care about their kids don't sell them out for cash. But Piper's mom, she's doing the exact opposite. Jeez, what happened to sneakily drinking stomach acid masquerading as cider in a field when you're 17? At this point, the entire situation is beyond disturbing. We've got Piper Rockelle being exploited by her own parents, a literal OnlyFans house using a teenager for promotion, and creators like Sophie Rain and Camilla normalizing this mess. And the worst part, It's all happening in plain sight. Her own parents are profiting off her exposure. There's an entire website monetizing her images. Let's not forget the deleted TikToks and attempts to cover things up. Even members of the Bop House are bailing out because they know this isn't defensible. So where's the accountability? Who's actually going to stop this cycle from repeating itself? Because if nothing changes, this isn't just Piper's problem. It's a precedent for every other young influencer getting roped into this industry.
Now y'all know every game has a pro player. Enter Sophie Rain.
$4 million? $4 million in a month? Yeah.
What if I told you Sophie Rain pulled in $43 million in a single year? You'd think that'd be the ultimate power move, right?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk. But instead of awe, her casual flex came off more like a tone-deaf misstep. Dropping that kind of figure while already under fire didn't just raise eyebrows, it lit a match under her critics. In a moment where staying low-key might have saved her, Sophie Rain handed the internet everything it needed to tear her apart.
Go f yourself.
But wait, she's pulling in more cash than professional runway models, reportedly raking in 6 figures just from her online content. Forget Paris Fashion Week, her TikTok feed is where the real audience is, and clearly it pays better. It's wild how the game has shifted. But hey, when brands are chasing clicks over catwalks, the bag speaks for itself. Alright, what's insane is Sophie Rain is out here pulling in more cash than an NBA superstar like Jason Tatum, who's cashing in around $35 million a year. Just think about that for a second. Posting TikToks and content is rivaling what it takes endless hours on the court to earn. It's wild how the digital hustle is flipping the script. But hey, if it works, it works. Now, Sophie Rain didn't just blow up, she skyrocketed. And let's not kid ourselves, it wasn't divine intervention. The real MVPs here, a legion of brain-dead subscribers throwing money at her content like it's a charity drive. Let's be real, she's not stacking 6 figures because of luck. It's because some folks out here can't resist clicking subscribe faster than they can think. And Sophie Rain's content, oh, you already know the drill. Bikinis, TikTok dances, and the same predictable tactics we've all seen on repeat. She throws on a bikini or some tight-fitted dress, does a TikTok dance, and boom, instant engagement. And let's not pretend this is groundbreaking, it's practically the default playbook for most models. It's like they all went to the same How to Milk the Algorithm 101 seminar. Nothing wrong with working the system, but let's call it what it is. A pattern as repetitive as it is effective.
For the love of God, we have got enough milks now. Would everyone stop milking shit?
But hey, I for real apologize to anyone who didn't know Sophie Rain's music existed. Truly, ignorance was bliss. Man, it's like someone gave a TikToker GarageBand and said, go wild. Cringe doesn't even begin to cover it. Listening to it feels like a personal attack on your ears, like TikTok audio gone horribly wrong. It's the kind of cringe that makes you question how we got here. But hey, maybe that's the strategy. Make it so bad that people can't stop talking about it. Mission accomplished, I guess. Now you know you've messed up when even Myron from the Fresh and Fit starts roasting you.
Footage of them in the studio recording a song or whatever. And bro, like this chick really thinks, oh yeah, I told him to take me off the project because, you know, he was f***ing this girl.
Stop the cap.
Bro, Emily Chopper is a f***ing star. Yeah. You're a random f***ing, nobody knows you, nobody cares. You're literally a worker. You're on OnlyFans. No one wants to hear your bars. No one wants to hear you rap. No one takes you seriously. Like, the main character energy from these girls is literally ridiculous to me, because like so many of these influencer girls or OF dots think that the world revolves around me and I'm special and I'm the reason that the world does what it does and everything else like that's like, bro, this dude was a successful rapper before you, he's gonna be a successful rapper after you. You being on the song has no bearing on his ability. I would argue, if anything, you being on the song is detrimental to the song, to his image.
But here's where it gets worse. Sophie Rain straight up admits she has a audience on TikTok, and yet she keeps posting explicit content like it's no big deal.
Brother,
What are we supposed to even make of that? Bro, it's not just tone deaf, it's wildly irresponsible. She knows who's watching, but instead of dialing it back, she doubles down. It's like waving a red flag and then acting shocked when people find out.
I'm aware that I have a audience on TikTok.
Here you can see how she says she never tried to advertise to kids and how it's never what she wanted or tried for it to happen. So at one instance she's admitting she has a child audience, and in the next she's acting completely oblivious to how it even happened.
Huh?
Which one is it? You can't have it both ways. Either you're fully aware of what you're doing, or you're claiming ignorance to dodge accountability. Honestly, it's giving whiplash at this point.
Flying around my name. I don't want people thinking that I advertise to kids because that is the last thing I want.
No, of course, I get that.
Yeah, I never, that was never my intention.
So, Sophie Rain claims the whole Spider-Man video wasn't her, but actually her friend, and they just happened to buy matching suits together because it looked cute.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently it was Halloween and her friend was the one who made the explicit video, not her. Super wholesome, right? Except, let's be real, it's giving major "it wasn't me" energy. I don't know if I'm buying that story, but hey, y'all are free to form your own opinions. Just seems a little too convenient for my taste.
And the Spider-Man video thing came up, and it's actually not me in the Spider-Man video. It's another girl. Her name's Naomi. A lot of people said that.
Hold on. So you did the TikTok with your friend, right?
Yes.
But then there was like a video that people
so me and her. Yeah, so it was Halloween time. Let me go all the way back. It was Halloween time. And we bought the Spider-Man costumes because it was going around I've seen a whole bunch of other girl influencers do it. I thought they were cute. And so her and I bought them, and the new Spider-Man movie came out. And we thought it'd be a good idea to just, put them on, take pictures in them because, it was Halloween time, costume. And so we posted the picture, whatever. And then people took that and said that I was Naomi in her video with her Spider-Man costume, which is not suitable for kids at all.
For sure.
So people just kept saying that was me. It was me, it was me, it was me. And I couldn't get away from that. It wasn't me. I tried my best to clear the air. It's another girl, everything. But people just kept saying that I was the Spider-Man girl.
But here's where the real problem kicks in. Sophie's been pretty vocal on multiple forums saying the Spider-Man video wasn't her. Fair enough, right? Except instead of clearing the air, she leaned into the confusion, milking it for all it was worth.
Stop it. Get some help.
She started pumping out more Spider-Man-centric content because, let's be honest, nothing pulls in a younger audience faster than a beloved superhero. The issue isn't even her capitalizing on the buzz, it's the whole "I'm innocent" act while actively playing into the narrative. That's where it all starts to feel a little too calculated. Look, I'm not here to judge anyone, but let's unpack this for a second. Sophie Rain says she's a Christian, and yet she's out here posting explicit content and running an account. Her reasoning? Apparently it's all for giggles and for her friends. Meanwhile, she's raking in millions off this content.
I like money. What inspired you to build a second Krusty Krab right next door to the original? Money.
And let's not forget, her audience includes children. That has to be one of the stupidest justifications I've ever heard. Like, if it's just for laughs, why does it come with a price tag?
And really, I'm a Christian. I know it seems odd I'm doing.
So Sophie Rain went out of her way to announce that she's a virgin.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't even know what to say to that. Sure, it's none of our business to comment on something that personal, but at the same time, doesn't it feel a little overcompensating? I mean, who was even asking for that information? It's giving major "look how innocent I am" energy, while everything else screams the opposite. Make it make sense. Let's be real, Sophie Rain's entire rise isn't some cosmic accident. It's all because people keep blindly subscribing to her. She's not raking in millions because of groundbreaking talent. It's because there's always a crowd ready to throw money at whatever she posts. The real problem isn't just her, it's the people enabling her. Without those subscribers, this whole operation would fall apart. So if you're shaking your head at Sophie, maybe start questioning the wallets fueling the fire.
You're pointing at me right now.
Now, if you don't know who Camilla is, boy, you're in for a treat. This girl is the biggest weirdo on the planet. Whatever you think is weird, she's gonna top it. See, Camilla used to make a living on TikTok and Instagram, and by the time she was in a Mr. Beast video, she had already reached over 700,000 followers on Instagram. But her real fame came at the end of 2021 when she participated in a Mr. Beast Squid Game, which featured a prize money of $456,000.
This one.
Just
the middle.
Basically, you don't think it's Umbrella. Did you even watch Squid Game?
As we know by now that everything was scripted, so she was probably told to be eliminated during the marbles game.
Don't look at me.
Now, she didn't win the ultimate grand prize, but that didn't stop her. People thought she was dope and even a little pretty. And you know what happens when dudes see a random girl on the internet? Camilla now had millions of views on all of her accounts. This was the start of her legendary career, as she can now use that fame to do something good. Oh, wait, she started her OnlyFans.
I was running out of ideas. I'm just gonna start OnlyFans.
So, Camilla's little attention-seeking mission took a weird left turn. She started dragging her family into it while really crossing some lines. The most disturbing one of them all was when she actually asked her brother, a high school kid, about her OnlyFans.
So how does it feel to have a sister that has an OF?
My friends always ask me if it's pink, but I don't really know what they mean by that.
Nani?
Do you know?
Jesus Christ. Click the link in my bio. I can't.
Spoiler alert, it did not go how she thought it would. Instead of going viral, she got slammed. Dudes were calling her out saying, it's pretty weird telling a kid to promote your adult content, pretty sure it's illegal. But see, Camilla wasn't done. She dropped 2 more dookies, asking her brother the same messed up question. Clearly because if it didn't work the first time, why not double down on the awkwardness?
As my brother, now how does it feel that your sister has an OF?
Well, if it's taking me this far to Disneyland, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. And I still don't know what my friends mean if it's pink.
You will never know, buddy. But hey, subscribe. Let's see where it can take us. All right, Christian. This is the second car I've bought in like 2 months. How does it feel to know you have like a cool sister?
I mean, it's cool, I guess. I mean, that whole link in bio thing's kind of got you here, so. Look at the cars you've got. Can I drive one?
Jesus.
Can I drive one?
Link in bio.
What's even more surprising is that her brother isn't the only one in her family that she asked these questions to.
Dad, how does it feel to know that you have a daughter that does an OF?
She's happy. I'm fine.
Oh. W Dad.
She later ended up getting roasted by a YouTuber named Pat God.
Have you ever met one rich person that is not friends with all rich people?
Bro, you sell your for money.
No. The answer's no.
You're an internet stripper.
No.
You're an internet stripper. You sell your ass for money, and you have the audacity to try to.
More money than you.
So you have the audacity to.
First of all, Jeff Bridges, show your goddamn face, you.
It's in my profile picture, you dumb. How about you open your eyes and look?
Then show your. Come on, go live.
Now this was absolutely hilarious. If I was Camilla, I would hide my face and leave the country. But you see, I'm not Camilla. Cause this girl went on and started a podcast about OnlyFans girls, and that's hilarious in its own right. So when Sophie went on her podcast, she started going over how she was backstabbed, and it was incredible to watch.
Okay, what's going on with this love triangle? What's the truth? What happened?
So, I found Aisha texting NLE, and the reason why I am not on the song anymore is because I told NLE to take me off. I didn't want to be a part of it, this whole project and anything. I thought it was unfair to me that while we were together in LA, him and Aisha were texting behind my back, DMing and everything. And like, it's honestly like, it's really heartbreaking because I love Aisha, and like, I just don't even know why I should do that.
Well, if you cry, I'm gonna cry, so let's not cry, okay? Where I'm confused is how did you end up outing her to her family?
Okay, this is what makes me angry, okay? Because my family knows what I do, okay? I have a very good relationship with my family, and I'm not saying that Aisha doesn't, but I just assumed that her brother knew about what she does. And I slipped up and I said something in front of him, and he got mad, and then Aisha got mad at me, and then I haven't been able to talk to her because I can't get a hold of her for some reason.
Wow.
And then the whole thing with the whole NLE thing on top of this, like, I don't know. I just want this to be over, honestly.
Have you like texted her and been like, hey, like, let's just squash this, or?
Honestly, no, because she should text me, I feel like. She got mad at me.
Right, that's crazy.
Now when I say this is the mentality of these OnlyFans girls, you know I'm telling the truth. It's always gotta be about them.
Alright, so yeah, anyways, about this Sophie Rain girl, she's a whole. I have no, bro, why would I respect this girl? She sells to little kids. My little brother, bro, he's talk to her how she feel about that? I felt hurt. I felt hurt. And I beat the out of him. Never again, bro. I'm distancing my little brother from all these psychopaths. These are the new generation serial killers, bro. They're sending to little boys. Hello, 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 FBI, hello.
What's even more crazy is that she tells people she'll send them free pictures if they comment on her post. For example, she tweeted, "Say hi if you want a free pic," and then unbelievably followed up by actually sending those pictures. This, of course, incredibly wrong on so many levels. What if a little bro replies to this and ends up getting a picture of her in their DMs? What's crazy is that she managed to go onto FaZe Clan and do a 1-hour video with these guys. And it's clear that these dudes have fans that are clearly underage, and Sophie knows this, and that's exactly why she went there.
Liar, what do you do? What do you do for work? What do you do?
I create content. I'm a content creator. I post on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and then I also do.
What do you do on?
Like
some what do you?
Well, I'm a virgin, so I don't do anything like crazy on there. I don't. There's nothing crazy on there. Like that.
Not gonna lie, I'd be looking around too thinking, is this witch for real? In my opinion, OnlyFans has made some seriously weird stuff feel totally normal. I mean, y'all know that we're living in a world where people are out here doing intimate things in front of a camera for a crowd that's mostly either young guys or some ancient dudes. And it's all because of some clout and money. Like back in the day, if you said you were in the adult film industry, people would clutch their purses like your daddy stole their lunch. But nowadays, if somebody says they do OnlyFans, it's like, oh cool, give us the link and we'll promote your corn.
They ought to be ashamed of themselves.
The creepiest part of it all is the waiting game. Remember when Danielle Bregoli, aka Bad Baby, also known as the Cash Me Outside girl, decided to drop her OnlyFans just a week after she turned 18? She made $1 million in 6 hours.
What?
No, alright, I know that sounds bad.
Now let me ask you this, who's the demographic here? I'm pretty sure the people shelling out cash weren't just fresh-faced college kids. Nah, they were the same folks who've been lurking in the shadows since before she could even drive. They were waiting, like, I can't say anything until she's 18, but boy, when that clock strikes midnight.
I donated to charity too. I'm really a good guy. Esmeralda, calm down, okay? We'll get some tacos soon.
I'm 99% sure that there's probably tons of 16-year-old girls on TikTok right now who can't wait to launch their OnlyFans once they turn 18. And I bet that there are tons of strange old dudes waiting like,
sign the contract, big boy, sign the contract.
Now the internet wasted no time calling her out, because if there's one thing people love more than memes, it's dragging someone for nonsense like this. This comment hits hard. Don't hate her, hate the people funding her. She's getting a bag, and unfortunately the people watching and funding her are the ones bringing her down. It really flips the script, putting the spotlight on the audience who blindly support her content. The dude even clarifies they don't endorse what she's doing, but they're pointing out a harsh truth. The real enablers in this situation aren't the creators, but the fans propping them up. This is on point. I feel so embarrassed to be a part of this period with people getting popular for bad and stupid things, people doing stupid stuff, and I just feel embarrassed. This comment gets it right. Making more than the most paid athletes in the world, it's crazy. This comment sums it up perfectly. This isn't a flex at all. This is just sad. It really drives home how skewed our culture has become when something meant to be impressive just feels empty and disheartening instead. It's less of a win and more of a wake-up call. This comment nails the issue. I couldn't care less if she's a porn star. I hate that she advertises on TikTok, which is full of children. It's not about her career choice, it's about the platform she's using and the audience it directly impacts. The disconnect here is what makes it all the more concerning. This comment brings it right home. I'm sick and tired of scrolling and seeing these people knowing they're making hella while I'm at my job making minimum wage. It's the stark reality of the digital age, where influencers like Sophie Rain can rake in millions by dancing on TikTok, while the average person grinds away at a job that barely covers the bills. That disparity hits hard, and it's no wonder resentment is growing. Sophie Rain's rise is a wild reflection of the digital age, where controversy, questionable content, and an army of fans can turn someone into a multi-millionaire almost overnight. And it's a competition. How worse can I get? How can I get into the headlines?
A lot of you say no one's going to marry me, settle down, or have children with me. So, sleeping with 1,057 men, perfect solution to that.
Paternity court is gonna have a field day with this one.
It's the age-old question of what happens when a star gets pregnant, but things are just a little more complicated in this case. Bonnie Blue, a peculiar individual, has a world record which Batman couldn't beat out of me. After sleeping with 1,057 men in 24 hours, she's now pregnant. She's about to give birth to the thing. She's about to give birth. I wouldn't be surprised if that baby had 4 arms and 3 heads, the Ghidorah of men. The way things got here is a weird, gross mess, and it starts with who Bonnie Blue is. Most of you know who she is already, so to sum things up, she's been a very controversial OnlyFans girl, claiming she's always sleeping with married men and barely legal students. She claims to do it for rage bait and to get people to watch her OF, but why would people subscribe to her out of rage? Which makes me think she's just got some disgusting fetishes.
Okay boys, are you ready to turn my tight end into a wide receiver? Can't wait.
But what she's recently done goes way past fetish territory, sleeping with these 1,000 men and coming out of it with sanity? Girl, are you a mutant? Captain America, I need a movie about Captain Save-A-Ho where she's the villain and she's just going around trying to f as many guys as possible, spreading her diseases all over the planet. Somebody at DC or Marvel, write this down because this is peak cinema. But now she's gonna be doing something even crazier live on stream. But I'm gonna get to that in a bit. What's really important here is that she has caused all of these 1,000 participants to go get a DNA test, terrified that they might have been the one to get her pregnant. But I am steadfast on the thought that this baby is actually just a mutant fusion. There was no rule about a condom or any contraceptive actually, so not only could they have knocked her up, but even caught an STD. It's not like the whole situation was very controlled either. Anyone could come and go, rejoin the line, and so many people ran through her that it just seems impossible that anyone would have checked them all for ID and STDs or made them wear a condom. Like, dude, the first guy in line didn't wear one.
You recently been getting heat online because of what you revealed, and you said that the first man that out of the 1,075 did not have protection.
I mean, what was the chances it's going to be the first one?
Yeah.
It was probably going to happen regardless. After a length of 12 hours, there was probably somebody that, you know, could have potentially gone in without a condom. And yes, it happened to be the first person.
Even assuming all 1,000 men were smart and wore one, condoms can still break and aren't foolproof, especially when it comes to idiots willing to sleep with a woman for 2 minutes to have a go with her. The scariest part is that their ages weren't even verified properly, which means she potentially could have slept with a minor. At this point, finding the father might as well be a Mr. Beast game, seeing as she's already done up a 24-hour challenge. Now, even if they manage to find the father, he's in for a lot of fun. And if they don't, well, things are a lot more fun.
My child will not get bullied at school because it's got 1,057 dads.
Now, looking at the insane amounts of money she's making from OF, if she applies for child support, they're gonna have to find the dad, if the baby hasn't morphed into a creature like this from all the contributing factors. And then once the father is found, if it's a married man, he's not gonna have a good time when his wife sees his name as the father all over the news. And if the father has another child with his wife, dude's gonna end up paying multiple child support payments. If he's a barely legal teen though, or even someone who ended up sleeping with her that day with a fake ID, things are a lot worse. Nobody's taking this well, with everyone feeling sorry for her poor kid having to suffer through life. If he manages to even make it out the womb, this kid's gonna have to hold his ground in there because there's a 100% chance that Bonnie is gonna continue to get run through despite the pregnancy. This will be disgusting to watch. But there are some pervs out there who for some reason would pay to watch that shit. If she really is pregnant, it will be a nightmare for the kid in so many ways. Whether it's getting through middle school, high school, college, especially work life, or being subjected to the fact that his mom is a whore from the moment he's even able to talk. A kid is not gonna stop her from doing whatever it takes to make a few dollars, even if it's throwing her and her kid's self-worth, as well as dignity down the drain. People are claiming that CPS should take the child out of Bonnie's custody, and that no child should be raised in an environment which she's made for herself. What's even more disgusting is that she's had sex with father
and son at the same time, and with a depraved mind, we have no idea how bad this could turn out for the kid.
And have you slept with a father and son at the same time?
Yes, yeah. I think that's brilliant. Like, to have that much of a good relationship with your son, or, you know, for the son to have that much of a good...
Bro, he is never winning an argument. Dude's gonna have to be in the gym from the moment he's born, ready to fight his way through life. She let probably over 2,000 guys total by now, a lot of them who were barely out of high school and just into college, sleep with her for completely free with the conditions she could record it for her. There's never been any creator as messed up as she is on the platform. Like, bro, go check out Sophie's biz, a virgin, allegedly, and is pulling in $43 million a year by just shaking her ass, neat and clean. Yet, Bonnie Blue wants to live out her twisted fantasies, and the people who she slept with that day are no better, all of them being creeps. Like, just take the first guy in line.
Hey. You okay? Who's going first then?
Me.
You're going first? Or are you going to be selfish and do 2 minutes?
Selfish.
You're selfish?
Yeah.
And what would you do to me in 2 minutes? Tell me. Are you going to destroy me? I think we should put it to the test. Did you manage to destroy me though in those 2 minutes?
Not in the 2 minutes, but if I had longer with you, you get destroyed.
Exactly. He's going to come back and go again.
This became the biggest sensation locally, with hundreds of men lined up for just 2 minutes with her. You must be pretty down bad to stoop that low and sleep with a woman who's been with over 100 men less than an hour before you.
Hey, hi.
Oh, okay.
Imagine being number 731. That slopped up. One guy's mother even turned up, yelling at him, telling him to leave the line immediately. The kid was just 19.
Go in, put your clothes on and come. Otherwise I'll get the police to come for you. Put on your clothes now and come out. Come out of here now. Put on your coat and shoes and come. Don't let me call the police, you know.
He's coming, he's lost his coat.
Where's your coat? Where's the coat? Find your coat.
Don't shout, please.
He's not acceptable to me. You get me more annoyed.
He's coming now.
Otherwise I'll get the police to come for him. You know I don't trust to call police already. Where is he?
He's just getting changed, he's coming out. That's kind of on him.
I wouldn't have come. Joseph, where's your coat?
Downstairs.
This is what she has to say about that kid's mom.
Hey Karens, I thought I'd give you an education. Just because you don't enjoy it does not mean your sons don't. What I'm doing is completely fine.
Yeah, completely fine. Another major issue people have with her is the way she promotes underage, constantly talking about wanting to bonk students and young men.
I'm the girl that slept with barely legal 18-year-olds, treated the dads to a night off, and treated the husbands who hadn't had it in a while. And on Sunday, I'm going to be breaking a world record and taking 300. It's going to be a mixture of all of them.
Even talking about how she went to Nottingham Trent University and had with 130 barely legal 18-year-olds. This was advertised with stake, getting the gambling site shut down in the UK.
Big 1000 was well and completely done.
A man who queued with 1,000 others to sleep with adult worker Bonnie Blue has shared his experience. 42-year-old Ali Walker was eventually put off by the scenes that greeted him at the OnlyFans star's world record attempt outside a mansion in central London. Most men were seen to be wearing bank robber-style balaclavas to disguise their faces. Shocked by the scene, he said, "There was around 30 to 40 guys around her at any one time, all taking turns. She was surrounded by guys. There were so many guys there and I'm quite shy. I've never been involved in anything like that, so I didn't get involved." He theorized that he may have been the oldest there, with describing a lot of guys being in their late teens to early 20s. Bonnie has faced backlash on social media for claiming that she sleeps with barely legal 18-year-olds and suggesting that men should cheat on their wives.
These obscene activities have even gotten her banned from 2 countries, Australia and Fiji, for working there without an appropriate visa.
Okay, so yesterday we bonged 24 for class of 24.
And it's currently raining outside. It's actually wetter out there than it is down here.
I know, we've got some catching up today.
But to be honest, that's probably the least of their problems with her. As if things couldn't get worse, she's now just announced this.
In just 8 months' time, I'm so excited to do the world's biggest live stream.
Yes, you heard that right. A live birth stream. This might just be the worst thing she's ever planned. That poor baby is gonna have eyes all over him from the moment he's born.
Literally, she's running an absolute show, caring nothing about what crap that child's gonna face in the future. It is so over for him. This feels like a very f***ed up horror movie where the baby comes out as a demon and curses everybody for his existence. And knowing her, this is gonna be on OnlyFans, meaning there are going to be actual creeps and PDF files out there watching this for pleasure. So far, barely any real action has been taken against her, and this will be crossing a line that, if normalized, will genuinely ruin the internet forever, telling people it's okay to do whatever they want just for some more money. While some childbirths are recorded, it's for personal use or educational use. Normally, it's for families to keep as memorable moments, but knowing her, it's just another way for her to make money. As a matter of fact, this probably was planned from the very beginning. That might be why she didn't have any rules about protection for the whole stream. If this live stream happens on mainstream platforms, actually scratch that, on any platform, it's going to destroy any concept of boundaries, and you can best believe there are going to be more greedy, retarded, and depraved women who will see her as setting a great example for them to follow. She needs to be stopped.
Speculation that Bonnie Blue was actually a man, someone called Carl Butler, and born in 1985.
So, is Bonnie Blue even Bonnie Blue? The internet just went full FBI mode after a viral side-by-side dropped, claiming Bonnie's real name is Kyle Butler. Born in 1985, transitioned at 13, and built an entire empire off a secret identity. And suddenly, everyone's questioning if the Queen of Degeneracy is actually a king in disguise. So here's the tea. Bonnie Blue's been out here terrorizing the internet like it's her whole personal sandbox. We're talking 1,000 men in a day, faking pregnancies like it's a party trick, getting fake arrested for TikToks, and handcuffing herself to rappers like she's doing a hostage challenge for clout. This woman's PR strategy is literally just what will make grandma cry the fastest. But now, she's trending for something even wilder. And no, I'm not making this up. The internet's convinced she's not even Bonnie Blue. They're saying she's Kyle Butler, born in 1985, who allegedly transitioned at 13 and then rebranded herself into the adult industry's final boss of Unhinged. Like, imagine building an entire empire of chaos off a character switch so big it makes James Charles look subtle. And people aren't just whispering it, they're dragging up old photos, comparing details like it's a crime scene, and swearing this is the ultimate plot twist. Bonnie isn't a scandalous icon, she's a gender-bent reboot with DLC unlocked.
Oh my god, no way. So there's now speculation that Bonnie Blue was actually a man, someone called Carl Butler, and born in 1985. I'm not sure if this is real, but it's going viral. Kyle Butler had to change when he was 13 and then became Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue. And all them men that enjoyed Kyle Butler, eh? Kyle Butler. Damn. You've not seen this, you've not read this story. It's everywhere. Everywhere. Look at his face. Kyle Butler. Before he had to change at 13. I wonder if those 2,000 men are going to be queuing up now in June, isn't it? Isn't it this month? She wants to be in a box. Or he wants to be in a box. He wants to be in a box. And he wants to feel your words. Your word, all those 1,000 men that were doing it with Kyle Butler.
One old photo started it all. A teen boy with Bonnie's jawline, eyes, and chaotic energy. And now the internet's going full CSI with jaw comparisons, podcast clips, and blurry screenshots like it's a gender reveal party gone wrong. There's even a resurfaced podcast from 2022 where she allegedly mentioned transitioning at 13, then had it wiped off the internet like it never happened. Now Bonnie clapped back in the most Bonnie way possible. On Standout TV, she laughed it off like, apparently my name was Tom this time. Next week it'll be Sarah.
So I read somewhere that someone said that you're a man or used to be a man.
Yeah, I read that as well.
Truth?
Apparently my name was Tom.
This thing used to be a man, bruv.
No denial, just vibing. She even said she'd sleep with people any day of the week, because of course she did. And what's worse, she's ready to take
Literally anything that basically make headlines. At this point, it's not about values, religion, or even basic human decency. It's make headlines, secure the bag, and disappear like morals never existed. These clout goblins don't care if the world burns, as long as they get their 10 seconds on the For You page. But here's the thing, her team hasn't denied it. No statement, no birth certificate, no receipts, just a shrug and a smirk, which only throws gasoline on the fire. Some people are calling it a psyop, others think she planted it herself for clout, and honestly, wouldn't be the weirdest thing she's done. I mean, this is the same person who staged a fake police arrest and claimed 1,057 men in 12 hours. A gender switch plot twist wouldn't even crack her top 5 stunt.
Bonnie Blue has been arrested. This video of infamous social media star Bonnie Blue is currently going viral online after it was shared to her own Instagram page depicting her being frisked by police officers. Bonnie's sister addressed the situation in the caption of the post, writing that the incident isn't something we wanted to get out, but that it seems there is no privacy for her anymore. Some users online, however, are challenging the validity of the video, claiming that the arrest is in fact fake. Taking to X, fans have pointed out that the registration plate in the video seemingly matches the registration on a television prop police car. As a result, fans are accusing Bonnie of staging her own arrest as a publicity stunt. Is there anything she won't do for fame? Claimed one commenter.
And just when you thought it couldn't possibly get worse, Bonnie kicks down the gates of hell with her latest stunt, a literal petting zoo. No, that's not a metaphor, that's what she's calling it. Scheduled for June 15th, 24 hours. Ate up in a glass box, no limits, open invite, open access, open embarrassment for humanity. Like, what are we even doing anymore? This isn't performance art, it's meets Saw. She's turning herself into a public freak display like she's trying to win a Darwin Award on live stream. Forget boundaries, Bonnie's on a personal mission to break every line of decency and then on the remains. This isn't about her. This affects everything. She's broadcasting this to millions. The chronically online. Anyone scrolling TikTok at the wrong time could see a promo for what basically sounds like a human simulator dressed up as viral content. And the worst part, she's calling it art. Like this is some brave avant-garde piece that's gonna land her in a museum one day. No, the only museum she's going into is a wing called How Society Fell Off. Imagine what this does to people trying to work in adult spaces respectfully. Women grinding for their bag without pretending to be livestock in a fish tank. Creators with actual dignity trying to build platforms. And Bonnie's out here turning on to a deleted scene from Black Mirror. She's not just burning her brand, she's dropping in an entire industry and dancing in the smoke. All for what? A headline? A comment section? A few thousand creeps hitting replay like it's a zoo exhibit and not the collapse of dignity in real time?
What challenges do you have next?
Bonnie Blue's petting zoo. I am going to be in a glass box, tied up, and it's going to be open for the public.
Oh my god.
Get me in the box, but people can join me to f me, touch me, just look at me.
Where?
I'm going to be in the centre of London, but in a house.
Oh, okay. Not
in
like,
a house,
right,
in a
okay.
box, yeah.
I was thinking like David Blaine.
I mean, I'd love to be on the back of a lorry in a glass box, f***ing my way through the London.
Right.
That would probably be illegal.
Probably.
So I want to do 2,000.
2,000?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But why now? Is this her way of distracting from the Kyle rumors or just another chaotic flex to prove she still runs the shock market? Either way, wasn't laughing. On June 14th, 2025, boom. It's nuked Bonnie's account. Gone. 600,000 to 800,000 pound a month? Vaporized. The Sun reported that her extreme challenges finally crossed the line. Fake arrest, insane collabs, and now a literal human zoo? Exposed person confirmed. Multiple breaches of our terms. Account deactivated. Translation: you went too far, girl, even for us. And this isn't just Bonnie losing money, it's a hit for too. It's like dropping your star quarterback during the playoffs. Now people are split. Some say it's karma. Others think she'll bounce back on Kick or launch her own unhinged website. Personally, I'm half expecting her to livestream from a glass box and charge $10 per blank. It's true. She talked about his change on a podcast in 2022. A ped. Now Cobra Tate interview please. Yes sir, that's left. Oh my god, that's absolutely hilarious. Hope it's true, I'm convinced of this. Flip his image, slight rotate, and then look at the overlay and step through transparency. 2,000 dudes lined up to sleep with a dude. Am I supposed to believe that guy in the picture is 13? Okay, not gonna lie, I always thought she was a dude. She has a very bizarre look, not feminine at all. You mean stunt
boys. Bonnie Blue was born a male. He admitted on a podcast that he transitioned at 13 years old and now LARPs as a woman to on closet homogenous men. So the real question, is Bonnie Blue actually Kyle Butler? Is this just elite level trolling, or is it all one giant marketing stunt to launch Bonnie 2.0? Either way, Bonnie's bag got sliced, her clout's on thin ice, and this might be her biggest scandal yet, or her most genius dip. And let's be real, these stories aren't isolated, they're the blueprint. And every time it happens, younger girls are watching, thinking this is the path to success, not realizing they're walking straight into a trap dressed as fame. The entire situation is a reflection of just how far we've fallen. A generation of girls is being conditioned to believe that turning 18 means it's time to sell access to their not because they're empowered, but because they're broke, desperate, or convinced it's the fastest way to win a world that doesn't care about them unless they're and the moment they hit legal age, the vultures are already waiting. They're praised, pushed, and promoted as success stories while the people enabling them hide behind words like choice and freedom. When platforms celebrate it, when audiences fund it, and when even families encourage it, what chance do these girls really have? They're not creating careers, they're walking into cages, and everyone clapping for them is just helping close the door behind them.